So here's a quick math equation and a quick theory. Um, when you combine speed and gravity, right? When you combine speed and gravity, the outcome is where there's an equation, right? An equal part. There's motion and weight loss. This is why the soil communicates with humans and say, walk on me. Asphalt doesn't do that. Cement doesn't do that. Soil says, walk on me, right? We create a mold that you can walk on like grass, right? And you can ground it, your soles, because, you have markers, right? Prints on the bottom of your feet, your soles. Well, the plants, it read that. It reads your markers. It counters that you have certain DNA sequences that says you should sweat. You should have a balance of hormones, right? When you're under the sun, right, and you're connected to the earth by way of the soil and plants, it means you're standing on it. Your personality is even then. This is why you notice most domestic abuse incidents, they happen in homes. They don't happen in yards. You know what I mean? They don't happen in yards. They happen on asphalt. They happen on ceramic. You know what I mean? They happen on linoleum. So when you're outside, the leaves, they're going to talk to you. The water from your face is going to drop in the soil. What happens after that? When soil picks up your DNA, what happens after that? Usually come around summer, there's fungus growing out of it, right? Another fungus, not a plant, but, a mushroom. That, again, is how you know that soil communicates with humans. Not even that it looked like humans, right? And it provides another different color, right? Which is green, which lets you know the base theory or the mathematical equation for black and green is that its base, its square root, is black. Green people come from black people. According to the amount of nibium you're using, the amount of gaston you're using, the amount of iron you're using, the amount of all of this, right? As far as the elements are concerned, and the different metals. So if you have a mineral that extracts sweat from your body, right? Such as like a calcium or a salt, then that soil is eventually, right? It's going to create a scientific result, and not a hypothesis, but a scientific result according to your body's algorithm. So if you see a plant pops up, right, it's because quite naturally, right, either during the winter or during the spring, the soil, the DNA of the soil, it picked up your particular genetic code. Sweat, smell, touch, sight, because we all see. This is a fact. So get in nature. Great peace, Yakoki.